Hey everybody, it's Maida. It's been a while since I've done a traditional drawing video. They've all been digital for the past who knows how long. So because it's been so hard to record me doing digital drawing on my older laptop, I decided to try and do traditional drawing. I did have to tone down the resolution and whatnot, so it's not the best quality video. But so, in terms of drawing, I am drawing Danny Phantom and Timmy Turner and his fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda. And the reason I am doing this is because I recently started watching Butch Hartman's YouTube channel. He's the creator of Danny Phantom and Fairly OddParents, for anyone who might not know. And he quit Nickelodeon, and he told people, hey, if you want to send me stuff, here's my new P.O. box, and if it's cool, I'll show it in the video. And I was like, Butch Hartman's such a cool guy. I want to send him something. So at first I would just want to send a picture of Danny Phantom, but then I was like, I can't think of how I want to draw this. So I added Timmy Turner and his godparents too, as kind of a crossover, I guess. And so what I'm doing here is going through and sketching where I want everything with a green colored pencil. And it is Prismacolor. I haven't really been using them, even though I bought them specifically to use them. Yeah, so Timmy is down in the corner, Danny Phantom is up in the air, and see, my idea for the crossover was something like maybe Timmy made a wish that someone would get haunted, or for something to be haunted. I don't know. Hold on, I had a better idea, but I can't think of it now. Oh! The idea was that Timmy has been having nightmares of his babysitter, Vicky, and he's really annoyed by it because it's ruining his life. And so he's like, gosh dang it, I wish Vicky would be haunted by something. I don't know. I can't think. But yeah, something like he made a wish for Vicky to get scared or haunted or something. And just to get Danny into it, for some reason it pulls Danny out of his universe and into Timmy's. And Danny can't leave until Timmy's wish is fulfilled. So my idea, if this were a real episode, is that Danny is trying all these different things to try and scare Vicky, but it's not working, and so he's stuck there. I don't know. Vicky doesn't scare easily, I don't think. Anyways, yeah, so I'm using Prismacolor ink liners as well, the fine liners. And for the markers that I'm using Touch 5, which are a very cheap alcohol marker. They don't last very well, I think, because I've had them for about over a year now, and the colors have changed since I got them. They've gotten darker. But also, I've barely used them, and some of the markers are already dried out. So that could be an issue with the packaging, or it could be the fact that they aren't made to last for a year, sitting and not being used. But yeah. So that was unfortunate that some of my markers died. And unlike Copic markers or Prismacolor markers, you can't buy the individual color. You just have to buy a whole new pack. And I mean, they're cheap markers, so I can see why it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But then also you could be stuck with a trillion types of markers that you just don't use. So I think once all of these markers die out, I'm probably gonna either go for Prismacolor markers or this new company called Art and Fly. They just came out with a 48 pack of markers. So I might try that before going to Prismacolor, but it depends. Yeah. So I dived into this drawing without really thinking of what to do with the background because I know it's bad, but I always think of the background as an afterthought. So if you're there for my live stream, that's why I only colored in the characters, so I had no idea what to do. I spent like at least an hour in the live stream video trying to decide if there was something I could do in the moment, but it was just too much pressure for me to decide right then. But eventually I decided to style it after like the Fairly Odd Parents title screens, and you'll see that in a minute. I didn't record myself coming up, putting down the sketch lines for the text, but I do record myself coloring them in. So if it were a real episode, I just wrote in Fairly Odd at the top, special in the middle, with Danny Phantom. And I used the Danny Phantom logo D in the text. Overall, I thought it was kind of fun because I don't really experiment all that much with text, especially in traditional drawings. Excuse me. But I thought that it looked pretty cool. Like, it looks pretty cool. Overall, the drawing itself, minus the time it took for me to think of something, took about 5.5 hours, which is pretty standard. Oh, sorry about all those flashes. I don't know what happened to my webcam at that moment. I noticed that's something it does occasionally. I wish I knew what did it, but all I can do is wait for it to stop. And what I'm doing now is just going over the paper with a colored pencil, like all the outlines, because when I did this on a smaller thing, it helps make the marker lines smoother, but it actually didn't help this time around, so it was kind of a bit of a time waster there. And this is where my marker died. You can actually see it in the final images where the darker bits were from the first marker, and then the marker died, and so I had to switch to, it's the same color but from a different pack, and because they're cheap markers, they're not really consistent, and like I said, the color changes over time, so probably since it was dying, like, it's just, the pigment was more concentrated somehow. I'm not sure how it works. Almost in the final parts of it. So, oh, and now I'm just outlining the text so that it stands out a little bit more. so this is the final drawing, and that's weird that it paused like that. Okay, so there's the final drawing, and I'm probably going to include another one after I've scanned it, but that's basically what it looks like. So I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!